Hi everyone, this is Island Barn Video 3.
Gonna take my new roses, put them all in a jar, treat them for beautiful tropical stars, left on this planet misunderstood. God put us all here to make us feel good. Across the deep blue sea, palm trees are waving hello to me. Yes, like a child again.
This is the third episode with island footage from my trip to the Philippines, and I'm happy to be back with you. I'm having dinner at the beach with my cousin Alex, waving, and my Uncle Ben. And this is Alex's uncle being shown the traditional greeting of respect called Mano Po. The next day I was thrilled when Alex showed me photos of my mother that I'd never seen before. This is before World War II, and she was a teenager. Hard days were yet to come, but at this point she has her whole life ahead of her. We did stop by the Farmers Rural Bank, which my grandfather founded. There has been with some of the women who work there, and they had a bust of my grandmother, my Lola, which I'd never noticed before, and one of my grandfather, my Lolo. Okay, so when you do go visit the Philippines, remember that they take their laws very seriously. So have a great time and take care of yourself.
It's gonna hurt for an island girl.
And now we're back at IMA with Dan Tynum, talking about studio wiring. It doesn't get any better than this.
This is the last sound conduit. This hatchway will come off like it is now, and there'll be insulation crammed all around this. And once you put the wires through, you'll cram insulation in this pipe to soundproof it. So this is stood off of this rafter here.
And so the wire is going to be allowing A and B, control rooms A and B to talk? Is that what it is?
Well, there'll be a 16-channel snake for microphones between here and there. And probably it looks like now maybe an 8-channel line and a couple of AES feeds. The machine room communication with B is going to go straight through the wall. I can show you that if you want. This is the Walter Storic.
Our mission is to get all the rooms to talk to each other with wires through these sound conduits.
Half-inch closed cell neoprene rubber wrapped. It's glued and duct taped around this because your ceiling is going to be 2 inches thick. And they're going to put the insulation in tomorrow, and then they're going to come in and wall this off. So we won't be able to see inside these walls anymore, and we've got to get all this wiring. You know, we're locking ourselves in at this point. So
Don't worry, it was a little hard to follow everything. Basically, we want all the rooms to talk to each other while keeping them isolated.
to keep the ceiling from buzzing against this pipe if you turn up the monitors really loud in here and pressurize the room. So this is how, this will go over the ceiling, and mics will come down and go down there and feed whatever console we wind up with in here. So what we did here is this is really connecting directly to the outside. And I think normally you'd want to offset this a little bit, but there's going to be a box here that'll act up as our backup. And this is the communication. This is the communication that goes through to the computer in the machine room right next door. And this is the pipe that goes to the bunkhouse, so we can have 8 microphones and a headphone in the bunkhouse.
Oh.
And these will connect in a chase down to here. And there's a similar pipe for an 8-channel microphone panel down there. All right, see down on that?
I do. The installation's going very quickly now. We're all working really hard to get all of this done before our summer camps. The rooms are changing sonically every day, and it's really quite amazing to hear.
Oh, I see. So I see there's space in between these two things of batting. I see. There's going to be empty space, I guess. Wow.
Well, air is a good sound barrier, actually.
Yeah. That's a good everything barrier. I think it's a good heat barrier, too.
So what happened today? there. What's happening today?
Wow, quite a bit of quad sheetrock.
Today they got a lot
Yeah,
of drywall.
isolation.
You can see that control, almost control A and ISO A is completely done. For the first layer.
Now that will be the door to the bunkhouse, and now we're looking into control room B. And just like Dan said, we are covering up the wiring. And this is the first layer of sheetrock that is going on before the camps, and we will complete this after the recording camp in August.
So one ISO B is the last room they're going to do. And basically then we're going to do a cleanup and get the rest of the drywall upstairs for summer session. Got to get this cleaned out for you guys so you guys can have at it.
Okay, so we've got stuff stored for the summer.
Yeah.
Acoustical batting, lumber.
Basically, the ductwork starts here, and I'm hoping that we can put the air handler behind the ductwork. So if we're lucky, we'll be able to do that. If we're not, then it'll have to be this side. So
And here's one of the ducts right here. This goes into ISO A.
the ductwork as far out as there, and hopefully we'll be able to sneak the air handler. But regardless, it's still going to only leave you with a hallway here, because I'm pretty sure we're going to have to build a wall in some of those units so that they don't make noise down there when you're in the corridor.
A 4-inch pipe at 91 3/4, 5 inches down off the bevel.
How do you know all that? Just
So-
looking at it?
No, I wrote it all on the walls.
Just calculating it.
I'm calculating.
Subtract the thickness of the...
Do you
I was like, my God, this guy's a genius.
We need to hire him.
I never did find out the names of the two guys that you see here working. This was the last day of construction, and I didn't want to interfere, but they're doing such a great job, and I just wanted to give you glimpses of how they were shaping the special sheetrock in order to accommodate the HVAC vents and the conduits for audio wiring. This isn't something that I see very often, so I was pretty fascinated. And now, to bring it on home. I have to say, I wasn't wearing a mask, but there were a few times I wish I were. This material he's putting on the ceiling never really quite dries, and therefore sort of confounds or baffles sound waves, because it just simply absorbs them. And much of this is just simply around getting sound waves to not leave the room. Although we're pushing air in different configurations in these different sized rooms, we want to make sure that we can control the amount of sonic traffic between all the rooms.
Like the gunslingers on the OK Corral.
They are. The gunslingers.
What are you doing now? You putting up
I'm putting up the extension jams for the, because after you put the 2 layers on, and then the final layer drywall will come over flush with this, and you'll have something to nail trim on for finish work.
smart?
Yeah, we want to leave that up to those engineers. They got it all figured out on them plans.
Yeah.
All right, and now comes the cleanup. Here is the bunkhouse finally. You are seeing the other side of that wall. Our pals Emily and Susan, Emily Lichter and Susan Alsner, are helping us move all the stuff that's been stored. Look at all that. Drums, percussion, TVs, you name it. Since the studio door isn't going to be built till the fall, we decided to just board it up, and a bunk is going to be moved there. Okay, now we go to the garage, which is being set up as a rehearsal kiosk.
I do want to just state that I actually have seen you work.
I'm just ribbing Susan because there was a lot of heavy lifting that needed to be done, and she's done it. The crew at work. They're bringing out a piece of plywood to steady the concrete floor in the garage, and our pal Catherine Wilmore in the middle is the person who spearheaded this effort. She's an incredible
Women
organizer.
working together. I love it.
And we need to put a drum set in there, as well as a small PA and amps, and let the girls have some serious fun. But as you see, Anne and Catherine are getting a jump on it. Well, I'll certainly try to get shots during camps from this angle. I'll have one more video blog for you before the camps start, and you will see quite a transformation. Thank you for watching.